Global Psychics Association. My name's Michelle, and I'll be your host tonight. And welcome from wherever you are, whatever streaming platform you're coming from. Any questions you want answered, mediumship readings, please pop your questions in the comment box, and we'll try to get to as many of you as we possibly can tonight. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes and welcome everybody in. Hi, Sandhya. Lovely to connect with you tonight. I will get to you in a minute. We'll just wait for a few people to jump online. Keeping in mind, just pop your questions in the question box, and I look forward to connecting with you all tonight. I am just going to draw a card for the collective while we're waiting and see what's ahead. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm ready to welcome in the year of the horse and say goodbye to the snake. Even the beginning of this year has been quite a bumpy one. So we're just about to enter the Chinese New Year, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's just do a card and see what for the collective and see what comes up. Let's have a look. Welcome everybody. Hi Debbie. Hi Miss Cancer. Welcome this evening. Okay, the card I got coming up for everybody tonight is look for a sign. It's quite ironic that one came out because I did get some signs myself today. So keeping in mind, often when we're asking the big questions or we want to make decisions or there's things that, we're sort of contemplating and we don't know which, whether to go left or right or what choices to make, always when you look for the signs, Spirit's always guiding us. Our loved ones are always guiding us. And just keep your eyes open, The thing is, too, when you do see a sign, trust your intuition, okay? Don't let your thoughts take over and think, oh, I'm just making that up or it's just a coincidence. Spirit are always guiding you. So whenever you're asking, they will always be giving you signs. So keep your eyes out, your eyes open for them. All right, so let's get started. Welcome, Sandhya. I would love any guidance on the blood test I have in a few days related to my recovery from Graves' disease. Thank you. Okay, first of all, before I answer this, I do want to say, please, when it comes to anything health or medical, just always seek medical advice, okay? But I will see what comes up. Don't take anything I say as your medical advice, just a disclaimer. All right. I do want to say, I know you've asked a question about blood test related to this, but I want to ask a question if you've had any problems with your blood glucose levels at all. Sorry, a card just jumped out. So I'm wondering, because I'm seeing something to do with your blood sugar levels coming up. So I don't know whether you are a diabetic or whether there's something that is that they're looking at, but that's what I'm seeing in relation to a blood test. So keep that in mind. I do want to say I feel like you're going to get some positive news. That's what I'm getting is I do feel like you're on the road to recovery. The feeling of being in a better place now than what you were. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean what you okay, yeah. But I do want to say what I'm getting is you're in a much better place now than you were last year. There's something about being on the right path. I do want to say that you are heading in the right direction, and I do feel like you're going to get some good news. So I'll leave that with you and all the best with it. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Let's have a look. Hi, Debbie. Lovely for you to join. It's nice to see your name pop up. What path do you see for me taking my business? Let's have a look. I do want to say, okay, Debbie, I do want to say, I do want to say, don't listen to other people. I'm not sure why I want to say this. So I don't know whether you're not backing yourself 100% or whether you're um, um, there's this feeling of you know exactly what direction you want to take it, but you're not backing yourself. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I also want to say, mm, I'll just if you can just let me know. But there is that feeling of like it's not listening to other people, making sure you speak up or even not speak, but just take action. Okay, because I do get a sense that you are affected by what other people's input is. I do want to say that. I also see some expansion. I do see expansion for you this year, Debbie. And I do also want to say that there's just this sense of like slowing down, like not moving. It does make sense. Okay, yeah. So sometimes if you kind of feel that you are affected by other people's opinions, or you feel that you know that plays on your self-doubt, maybe don't share your ideas. Okay, maybe just back yourself and put it into action, because that's what spirit is giving to me. If you just you know what you want to do, just go for it, and I feel like you will be surprised. You'll be much happier as well. Okay, so start living for you. Also, just saying no to people as well. Okay, just using your voice. That's what I'm getting. Learning when to not use it. So just being quiet and taking action. And other times when you're hearing the noise, be confident enough to speak up and use your voice. That's what I want to say. Okay, so I hope that helps, Debbie. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Miss Cancer. Welcome. I'd like to know who you see coming in for my love life. Okay. I'd like to see who I've got coming in. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. That card flew out and flew across the room. Actually flew out and flew across the room. I have to say that I do feel like there is somebody coming in shortly. I do want to say this isn't a long way down the track. It feels to me like something is coming in the very, very near future. I also want to say there's just this sense of being open to maybe taking your blinkers off a little bit. There's a sense of I want to say the person coming into your life is going to be like breaking the pattern. There's something about breaking past patterns. I am getting from spirit that this person will be, you're not going to be repeating the same pattern. That's what I'm getting, which is always awesome because it's like you've learned the lesson. You've done a lot of self-work and you really are in a great place ready for it at the moment. Just bear with me for a moment and let me just draw a few more. I do. I don't know whether that you've already met somebody that you're thinking that you've kind of has crossed your path that might have caught your eye, because I do get a feeling that he might have already, or she, but I do feel like this is a masculine energy. I do want to say I feel like you might have already met this person. So I don't know whether there's somebody who's already caught your eye or there's somebody you're talking to or anything like that. But I do feel like that if you haven't already, you're very, very close. I do feel like this, as I said, this is going to be a much healthier relationship and breaking past patterns. So I'm excited for you with this. All right. I hope that helps. Thank you. Okay. No, 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 I'm getting definitely not. I'm getting definitely not. So definitely not. This is completely different experience. Breaking those old patterns. Okay. So rather than looking back, you're going to be looking forward, and this partner coming in will be completely. Okay, much healthier relationship is what I want to say. Okay, and you deserve it. So get excited. Definitely not an ex. Thanks, darling. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, where are we up to? Okay. Liam. Hi, Liam. I'm not happy with my decisions and I was confused what I should do about it. Okay, so keeping in mind, Liam, going back to what I was talking about before when I drew the card about looking for signs. Sometimes, when you're one, you can hear the self doubt just in your question there, so you're already doubting yourself because of past decisions that you have made, and keeping in mind that when you're sort of feeling doubtful about yourself to make the right decisions, sometimes we're not sort of listening to our intuition, or we're not looking out for the signs, and we're going back and forth, which is extremely draining and, as you know, exhausting. What I want to talk about is just grounding. Okay, so when you do have a decision that needs to be made, you just put it out. So ask the spirit for help. Just sort of say, I'm not sure what way to go with this decision. I'm just going to hand it over. Look for signs, but also get outside and put your feet on the earth. Go out in the backyard, take your shoes off, just ground, and also what they're showing me too is, if you're not sure, start journaling, writing it down. Okay, that can really help, just getting it out of here. I do want to say that I feel like you're being your own worst enemy, though. I think it's just your lack of confidence and lack of self-worth that is kind of hindering you with this. I don't feel that the lack of good decision making in the past is going to continue in the future. I think you just need to kind of get really clear. So when you have a decision to make, get really clear about what it is that you want for that outcome. Okay, start journaling, writing it down, and seeing it a little bit more clearly, rather than the thoughts just constantly. Get a notebook, absolutely. And you can just, start by writing down, the two decisions you have. If I was to do this, if I wasn't, and then underneath it, just list, the benefits and the negatives, and just kind of get a bit clearer. Because I think, as I said, I don't think you have a problem so much with decision making. I think you just have a problem with backing yourself at the moment. So just getting a little bit clearer should be able to help you. All right. All the best with that. Thank you. Yeah, definitely get it. Definitely get a notebook. Yeah, it is exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. That energy, and even like when you go to bed, you're lying in bed and it's still, rattling around in your mind, often keeping you up at night. So it does use a lot of energy. So just getting really clear about it, and just knowing too that there's never any wrong decision. Okay, so whenever you have made a bad decision, or what you feel was not a good decision in the past, there's always lessons from it as well. So look back and think, okay, that wasn't my best decision, but what can I take from that? What have I learned? And there's always lessons in everything. So don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. Will I pass my course? Out of curiosity, Ashley, is this okay? I don't know why I'm getting this, but are you studying something? Are you studying two things at the moment? Would you understand what I mean by this? I feel like you've got your hand in two pots. Okay. When I asked that question, I felt like you, I don't know whether you're studying two different things or whether this course is in two separate sections. I don't know, but would you understand what I mean by what this showing me is you've got your hand in two pots at the moment. I do want to say that And I also feel that I'm feeling positive about this. Okay, so first of all, I do want to say I feel positive about this. So again, you still have to put in the work, but I am feeling definitely positive about that. But I am getting something about a second two things. So I don't know whether I'll keep my eye out, whether you can validate whether there's two things that you're studying. It's one server, there's okay, thank you. I just couldn't work that out. I do want to say this feels really good for me. Okay, this does feel really good for me. So again, you need to apply yourself, but I want to say yes. So all the best with that, Ashley. Okay, let's have a look. Hi, Emma. You're very welcome, Ashley. Thank you. Will my wedding go as planned, please and thank you? Oh, will my wedding go as planned? Whew, I feel lots of things going on here, Emma, around this. I do have to say, first thing I want to say is I want to do this. I want to say stop listening to everybody else. So I don't know whether you can relate to this. I don't know whether there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions, but I just want to do this. I want to say, remember to stay true. This is your day. That's something that's really important that I want to say. I do feel like I'm feeling a lot of joy around this question as I'm asking. And I want to say, just don't be steered, off course for what you really want to do, pleasing other people. You feel it's everyone's wedding and not yours. That's exactly what I was getting. That's exactly what I was feeling, was like, just, and I know it's hard because we all have family and it's important and we always try to, keep everybody else happy as well. But I really want you to think about this because, of course we have to compromise a little bit, but this is your day. And the day that you remember for the rest of your life. And I want to encourage you not to veer too much from what you want, okay? There is this sense of, I was feeling a lot of joy if you stay on track and you picture it. Everybody else will be fine, okay? Even if they're having a grumble about what you're doing, on the day, everything is going to be fine. Try to stick on course with what you want for your wedding day. That's the feeling I get. But yes, I do feel if you can do that, then I feel a lot of joy for you around this. Don't worry about everybody else. Block it out and keep reminding yourself this is your day, and make it about you, darling. And all the best for it. Okay, I do feel a lot of joy for you. So keeping in mind, if anybody has any questions, anything that's anything they want answered, any mediumship, please pop your questions. Please pop your questions in the comment box so we can get to you. Just let me see. They're not being updated on my end, so I'm just going to quickly have a look online. Okay, let's have a look. The other thing I wanted to say, I'm not getting any other questions coming up on my end. So please pop your questions in the box. If you can hear me, I'll just keep going. Anyway, all the best, Emma, as I said. Okay. So I might just draw another card for everybody while I'm waiting. You're very welcome, Emma, and thanks for the comment. I wasn't sure if anybody could still hear me. You're very welcome. It's your day, darling. Enjoy. but I do feel a lot of joy around it, and I do feel like I do really feel like this is a great match as well. I do want to say that I do feel like this is a really good match for the two of you are a good match. Oh, hi, darling girl. Hi, beautiful Lisa. How are you? May I have a general, please? Of course you can. Of course you can. Let's have a look. Hi, and oh, thank you for the roses. Let's have a look for you. Don't know why, but I swapped cards as I was shuffling for you. All of a sudden, Spirit asked me to pick up a different deck. I do want to say that to me, I feel like there's some kind of ending coming up for you. I do feel like there's some kind of like endings coming up for you in a positive way. It feels to me that sort of like the word I'm looking for is it kind of moving away from what you've been going through. There's something for me where it's kind of getting a little bit of a relief. There's something about just trusting and having a little bit more emotional stability as well coming. That's the feeling that I'm getting around this. I do want to say there's a feeling of making sure you're nurturing yourself, and rest is what I want to say as well. But I do feel like what's ahead is definitely you're definitely you're ending a cycle. Yeah, I can feel it very strongly. I'm also losing my voice as I'm getting very blocked in my throat chakra around this as well. As I see you sort of ending this cycle and moving forward, it feels to me, and as I said, a lot of self-nurturing, a lot of self-love is at this time as well. But I'm getting very blocked up in my throat chakra. So I have to say, having a look at using your voice. So I don't know whether you're aware of someone in your life or people in your life or some area in your life where you're not speaking up, or you don't feel like you're being heard, or you're not speaking up in thinking about not wanting to upset anybody else, because I felt that was really strongly. I don't know if that if you understand what that means, but I do have to say, be aware of this area, okay? Be really aware of it, and be aware of where you're maybe not speaking your truth or not feeling comfortable to say what needs to be said. But I do feel like they're showing me like closing the gate behind you, and I'm seeing green grass in front of protection of our loved ones. I understand, absolutely. And I mean, I think we're all guilty of that, but it's finding that happy balance as well. So maybe because as you know, if you're not speaking up and you're suppressing things, that can really affect you as well. So, finding ways of maybe that you can express yourself, but it lands in a way that doesn't affect others as much. But the vision that Spirit is showing you is like closing a gate behind you, and in front of you I just see lush green grass. So for me, that's like lots of growth, and again, when I see green, I think of healing, and definitely closing the gate and moving on to the greener pastures. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm seeing. So I do want to say, but this is kind of a time in the transitioning from moving through the gate to this is about really looking after yourself, looking after what you're eating, looking after just your environment, just really nurturing yourself. But I do want to say definitely greener pastures ahead. And much love to you, darling girl. I hope that helps. Thank you. Hi, Inda. Can I have a general read, please? You sure can. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. The greener pastures did look lush. Okay, Inda, let's do a general read for you. I do want to say, I know you've asked for a general read, but I do want to say I've got a gentleman in spirit who wants to step forward. As soon as I read your question and looked at your name, I do want to say I've got a gentleman in spirit around you. So I do want to say I feel like this gentleman is above, so this feels like a father figure or a grandfather figure. I'm not sure if your father is in spirit Inda, but this does feel to me like on Dad's side of the family as he begins to draw closer. And I do want to say that he's giving to me that he's around you. Well, he's always around you, but there's something about drawing close to you recently. I do feel like there's decisions and choices that you need to make at the moment. Grandfather. Okay, so this would be Dad's dad because I'm definitely on Dad's side of the family. And I do want to say that he's giving to me there's decisions and choices that need to be made at the moment. And I don't know whether you're in a relationship or whether you're looking for love, but I'm seeing a lot of love around coming in for you. So if you're in a relationship, to me, that would be just an improvement in your relationship. But I do feel like this is new love coming in. And I do feel like I do want to say that this feels quite significant, okay? You just met your ex back. Oh, you just met my ex back, but waiting for her decision. Okay. Interesting, because I am seeing love and romance. And when you say you're waiting for a decision, I am seeing success around this. Now, I'm definitely seeing success around this. So that could be in relation to that. So that's what I'm seeing coming up for you. But your grandfather just wants to let you know that he's around you. I also want to say that I don't know if you have a connection to the Northern Territory or somewhere up that area of Australia, but I'm feeling that really strongly, or whether he had a connection up there. But that's coming. Is it someone new, or is it, okay, let me have a look. But I don't know whether you can relate to the connection to that part of the Northern Territory. Let's have a look, Indra, if it's someone new or your ex. Let's have a look. I don't feel like it's your ex. Okay, I don't feel like it's your ex. So I do feel like there's new love coming in. Keeping in mind this could have something to do with the decision that you need to make. But I do want to say, that there's still a lot of unresolved things from your past relationship, and I do feel like there's some healing that needs to happen from that relationship as well. I'm getting that quite strongly. I also want to say, for me, it feels like you need to move forward, not backwards. Okay. Yeah, you're doing the healing. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So focusing on that, but I do see new love coming in. Okay, so keep on the healing and just trust that there is something coming in. And I did get, there's something better coming. Keeping in mind that's no disrespect to anybody, to your partner, but just somebody better matched for you energetically. Okay, inner work, yeah. And as you know, the more you do and the higher vibration you become, you will attract different people in. But I do want to say there's definitely a new relationship for you. So I hope that helps, and I'll leave your grandfather's love with you as well. Thank you. Let's have a look. Yeah, so all the best with that, Inda. Okay. Hi, Kelly. You're welcome, Inda. You're welcome. Hi, Nick. May I please have a reading in relation to work? Of course you can. I have to say, I don't know what's going on in the workplace at the moment. For me, my mind feels like it's racing. I just feel like I'm all over the place. So I don't know whether there is, whether this has got to do with your work your workplace or whether this is internal for you. But I also want to say I feel like there is change coming up for you. That feels to me like it's time for change. That's the feeling I'm getting around this. So I don't know whether you can relate to that, Nick, whether there's something going on. I just feel like it almost feels like when you stir up a puddle and all of a sudden all the water gets really muddy and you're not really seeing very clearly, and it just feels very unsettled to me. It's been a very hard day. Oh, okay, yeah. It just feels like that to me. It just feels really like it's all murky, if that makes sense. Now, I also want to say I feel change around you, Nick. So I don't know whether have you been thinking about change or looking for something else? Definitely, yeah. I want to encourage you to do this as well, because I feel that sometimes it almost feels to me like you're a little bit stale and you've lost that passion of where you are and what you're doing. And so sometimes it's, as you said, it's been a hard day. Your days can be really hard when you're feeling like that, when you feel like, energetically you've outgrown where you are, or that kind of thing. So I do want to encourage you to be proactive. You feel like you're being pushed out due to medical. Yeah, I do want to say become really proactive, because I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't as I'm feeling into it, I don't think they're going to be able to push you out. I want to say you're going to leave on your own bat. That's the feeling that I'm getting around this. But I really want to encourage you to find something else, because I don't think this is going to change. It just feels to me like, like layering on. And again, that's not good for even your physical health. It's not good for, but your mental health, and when we're feeling like that, just keep looking, Nick. There's something better for you. And it's almost like energetically, this is your time to move on. So maybe just when you go to work in the morning, on the way there, just change your mindset a little bit. Like, I'm really grateful I've got this work today to pay my bills, and lift your vibration up to try and get you into a better space to arrive there. And in the meantime, just keep looking and time to move on is what I want to say. So I wish you all the best, darling. Thank you. Hi, Leanne. How are you, darling? You're very welcome, Nick. You're very welcome. As I said, it's sometimes, energetically things, come to an end in its time. You won't know yourself, okay? You won't know yourself. Okay, Leanne, let's have a look for you, my darling. Let's have a look for you. Leanne, has there been a new baby? Is there a new baby in the family? Would you understand? Is somebody pregnant? Is there a new baby? Is there a new baby around you at the moment, Leanne? I don't know why. I'm feeling this very, very strongly. I do want to say, if there's not, I feel like you're going to get news of a new baby coming in. Let's have a look. I can't see any of your updates, so I'll just keep talking. Oh, hang on, one's popped up. You've got a new great-granddaughter. Oh, have you? Oh, congratulations. Have you got a great-granddaughter? You're not that old. Anyway, I do want to, you're not old at all, to have a great-granddaughter. Okay, I do want to say I was getting there's a new baby coming in, but also I do want to say I feel like there's going to be another one in the very near future as well. So I don't know whether it's somebody else, but it feels to me like there's going to be news of another one coming in, another new baby coming in. I also let's have a look. Let's have a look for you. I do want to say I feel like you've got decisions and choices that need to be made as well. This card's come out so many times tonight already. But I want to say there's this feeling of like, don't get stuck in this, about oh, you've got 2 great-granddaughters. Oh, wow. I do want to say, about decisions and choices, but I also want to say, don't get stuck. I just want to say, be a little bit more creative in your thinking, and thinking outside the box. I do feel like this has got to do with work. This to me feels work related around Julianne. So I don't know whether that you understand what that means, but I do feel like there's going to be movement and change around that, and I feel like it's going to happen in the first half of this year. I want to just sort of say, be more creative in how you're looking at it. Okay. Also, I want to talk about March being quite significant, so that could possibly be where this change is coming from as well. I want to talk about March being significant. I also want to talk about the month of August also being significant. So if that's not a birthday, anniversary, or anniversary of somebody's passing, then I want to say that's going to be a shift in your energetic field, because I am feeling that. I do want to say, take a chance, take a chance, be brave actually, and know that it's going to work out. I do feel also, is there somebody in your family having some health problems at the moment, Leanne? I don't know if you can validate this, but I'm getting that there's somebody in the family, or very, very close to you. I do feel like I want to say family, very, very close to you, who's having some health problems at the moment, because I've just got spirit stepping forward. There's somebody who's been in and out of hospital, so I don't know whether you can validate that as well, but they're just giving to me that they're around them and been looking out for them. So I don't know whether, yeah. I also don't know whether there's somebody around you who's being quite angry at the moment, or you're having to kind of tiptoe around a little bit, or somebody who's kind of, getting upset really easily as well. That's coming up for me as well. I do want to say that I do feel like there's something else going on underneath this. But for you, my dear, I want to say be creative. There is change coming. I do feel like this year's a lot of change for you. I do want to say take a leap and be confident. And I also want to say to let you know, spirits around, there's somebody who's having the health problems. Oh, it all makes sense. My granddaughter with, okay, another one. Oh, fantastic, another one coming. Perfect. Wonderful. All right, darling. Well, that's exciting. Wonderful. Well, I hope that makes sense, Leanne. All my love, darling. Okay. Hi, Tika. Can you please tell me if I'm in early pregnancy now, or if it may be a few months' time? Oh, okay. Let me have a look. Let me just. Okay, Tika. And Tika, I don't know. I know that this is probably a sensitive subject to bring up, but I don't know whether you had a miscarriage last year. Can you or I feel like it's last year. Can you last year? Yeah, I have to say, because I can feel the baby's energy stepping forward. When I was asking that question, I felt like there's a little one in spirit who's stepping forward, and I do feel like it was a miscarriage from next year and from last year. My apologies. And I do want to say that I have to say there is a new baby coming. Okay, there is a new baby coming. I am getting that. I am getting that very strongly from this little one in spirit, and I do want to say that there, and keeping in mind, when we lose a little one or a miscarriage, they're still around us, and that they will be with you, guiding you and around. But I have to say, I'm feeling enormous amounts of joy. Okay, I have to tell you, I'm feeling enormous amounts of joy. I want to say, yes, you are going to be having a successful pregnancy in the near future. I can't say whether it already is, but I do want to say it does feel very near to me. And there is a lot of joy coming from your little one in spirit giving this information to me. So stay positive, stop stressing is what I want to say as well, and stop there was like, I do need to say, going back to last year, there was nothing that you could have done differently. Okay, this is exactly how it was meant to be. So don't bring that fear and worry into this next one, because for me it feels really joyful, and I do want to say to get excited, because I feel like it won't be long. All right, darling, I hope that helps. You're very welcome, darling, and all the very best. All the very best. You're welcome, Leanne. Hi, Kelly. How long will we be in isolation? Okay, so I'm not really sure of your question. I don't know whether you're asking me this question in regards to what's happening around the world. I'm not seeing us being in isolation. Okay. How long will I be in isolation? Okay, sorry. Thanks, Kelly. Because let me have a look. How long will you be in isolation? How long will you be in isolation? So, Kelly, could you validate? Has this been 2 weeks, or is there a 2 connected to this at all? I'm getting a 2 around this, so I don't know whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks. Would you understand a 2 connected to this at all? I also want to say that, 2 years more like. Oh, okay. Okay, 2 years, because I was getting a 2 connected around it. How long will I be in isolation? I do want to say there is, to me, I want to... Kelly, you're incredibly intuitive, is what I want to say. And I do feel like you're not listening to your intuition at the moment. I don't know. I know this is kind of going off track a little bit, but this is coming in very strongly from spirit for me. I do want to say that you needing to go back to listening to your own intuition. Does that make sense to you? I do feel like things are going to change for you, but there is this feeling of having a look. I feel like there's a little bit of you not helping yourself with this. I don't know why I'm saying this, but this is what I'm just giving it to you how I'm hearing it from spirit. I do feel like this is going to change this year. And I don't know whether April is significant to you, because I'm feeling April is going to be, there's going to be some kind of shift or change for you in April. I don't know if any of that makes sense to you, but I do want to say, don't ignore your own intuition, okay? So just get back to listening to your own, tapping into your own intuition, kind of getting out of here. It makes sense, yeah, because I do feel like there's just this feeling of like making it worse for yourself, if you understand what I mean. But I do feel like April is very, very significant. So I hope that helps. All the best. So if anybody has any questions, please pop them in the comment box. And you're very welcome, Kelly. You're very welcome, darling. Hi, Lisa again. When can Tony? Oh, Tony would like a general replay. Oh, when you can. when I can learn to read. I can't even read your message when you can. Tony would like, absolutely, Tony. Let's have a look. Where am I going to go for what cards? Let's have a look for Tony. Just a general read. Okay. I want to say, I don't know whether I don't know why, but as soon as I picked up the cards, I kept hearing the word. I don't know whether Tony's thinking about pivoting, or there's something going on where he wants to pivot, or there's something about, I don't know whether this is, whether it's just things that he's been thinking about. They're showing me like, I keep hearing, don't pivot, don't pivot, don't pivot. So I don't know if that makes sense at all. Don't pivot is what I want to say. And I feel like this has to do with somebody else. Like, okay, I want to say, I don't know whether there's somebody who's proposed something or somebody who has bought something, an opportunity or something in front of Tony, or whether this is something that's coming up. But what I want to say is I'm getting a don't do it. So I don't know if that makes sense to you yet, or whether this is something that's going to be coming up. But I do want to say there is just this feeling of seeing, I'm seeing the big stop sign from Spirit, and I'm getting it has to do with somebody else, somebody presenting something or another opportunity coming up. I'd love to know if that makes sense, Lisa. And the other thing is, if it hasn't come up, I feel like it will be coming up in the very near future. If it hasn't, you don't understand. Okay, maybe it's something that's going to come up in the very near future, because it just feels, and it does feel like it's got to do with somebody else presenting something and saying, hey, let's do something this way. And I want to say don't. Okay, I'm getting that quite strongly. So keeping that in mind. But I also want to say, I don't know whether there's a birthday or a celebration or something to do with the family around now as well. I feel like what I want to say is, I feel like I've got streamers, or I'm celebrating, and I need to recognize that as well. So I do feel like there's some form of celebration or something around now, and I need to acknowledge that. And again, just a reminder to enjoy every moment, but there is something. So I don't know whether you can validate a birthday or a celebration or something coming around soon. So I'll leave that with you. Thanks, darling. Oh, hi, beautiful Kim and Michael. How are you, darling? Hi, Michael. Lovely to see you guys. Feel free to pop a comment if you would like a reading, or if you've got a question or anything like that. Pop it in the box, Kim. You have lots of son's birthday now. Okay, thank you. That was just loved ones in spirit, just wanting to acknowledge the celebration and letting you know that they're around, and they're not missing out on anything, as you know. And I do feel like that was your sister who was giving that to me as well, Lisa. So know that she's acknowledging. I do have to say, I do feel like I'm seeing. I don't know whether just as I was saying that, like I nearly said putting a cake down, but then I wanted to change it from cake to almost, I don't know whether in the family there's some kind of certain dessert or something, or whether your sister was known for this, or whether she's bringing that up. She's his godmother. Oh, okay. I love that. So I don't know what she was showing me, but it was like replacing the cake with something else that's a sweet. So I don't know whether that makes any sense to you at all. But please know that she just wants to acknowledge that. So she's definitely around, and all her love to you, darling. Okay. Let me just have a look. Hi, Miss Cancer. I wanted to ask if the guy I've met at my work, because there is a connection of some type. Well, let me have a look. Oh, okay. Oh, I love that, Lisa, that he brought that up. So that she brought that up. Because she went to put a cake down, then it was like something, not like making a point that it wasn't, not, and if that's tradition, that's just her way of validating that that she's here and she's popped on. So I love that. Thank you for the feedback. It's always nice to get the feedback when you're giving information that you're not sure. Okay, Miss Cancer, I wanted to ask if the guy I've met at work, because there is a connection of some type. Okay, I can't remember the reading for you before, but I think I did say there was somebody coming in, because that's what I'm getting now. So let's have a look. You're wondering if it's the guy you've already met. Out of curiosity, is his name start with an M, or is there an M connected to him at all? First name. You said someone coming in, or I've already met. Ah, interesting. So I do remember now. Sorry. Let me just grab these. So let's have a look and see if it's him. I do want to say, I don't know if there's an M connected here at all, because there's something, I don't know why I saw that. But I do want to say, for me, it does feel like you've already met them. And I think I said that before. So okay, but I do want to say I feel like you've already met him. So explore it, you know. I think I said before too, like be brave and take chances, you know. If you're feeling a connection, then don't. Oh, he's married. No, you don't. No. You don't need that. You don't need that, darling. And maybe that's why they told me it was an M, not a D. Okay, so I do feel like you've already met him, or he is coming in the very near future. And yeah, you deserve to be number one, sweetheart. Okay, you really deserve to be number one. Never, ever, ever settle for anything else. All right, and I want to say it's definitely not him. All right, darling. You deserve the world, and you deserve to be number one. So I'll leave that with you, sweetheart. All the best. Thank you. Hi, Kim. Would love a reading. Anything I need to know? Oh, let me have a look. Okay. Let me just have a look. Kim, I do feel like I've got somebody in spirit stepping forward. So I'm just going to go with that first. And I do want to say that I feel, bear with me for a minute. I do want to say that this is a lady in spirit stepping forward. And as she begins to draw closer, I do want to say this lady is family. Now, I'm not sure. I felt like your mum, I felt like you said your mum was here, but this feels like a maternal energy to me of a lady in spirit. So I don't know whether you can validate whether mum's in spirit or if you have a mother type figure in spirit, because I'm feeling a lot of maternal energy around this lady. As she begins to draw closer to, I want to talk about somebody in the family who is, I do want to say there's somebody in the family who is driving you crazy at the moment. So I don't know whether you can validate that as well. I want to laugh when I say that. So it's not like serious, but I do want to kind of say there's somebody who's kind of really driving you crazy, but I feel like in a really fun way. I don't know whether Kim, you have a sister. I don't know whether you can validate having a sister, but I do feel like they're bringing my attention to the female next to you as well, who's living or who on the earth plane. I'm just waiting to see your updates because I can't see them, so I'm just going to keep going. I do feel like, what do you need to know? I want to say trust your gut, okay? Okay. I want to say trust your gut is really important. I want to say trust your gut. And I do also want to say that you can't be everything to everybody. There is this feeling of like you overstretching yourself and trying to be everything to everybody. And I want to say that you've got to be you've got to kind of start putting yourself first as well. So I don't know if you understand that. Do you have a connection to Queensland? I want to talk about a connection to Queensland. I also want to talk about, I do feel like, I don't know whether the connection to Queensland is where you're feeling a bit drained, or there's something about being overstretched. So I don't know if that makes sense to you at all, Kim. But I do feel like I want to say, this year, I want to say to you, be a little bit braver. I want to say this year, stop trying to please people. I do want to say this year, it's almost like I want to say kind of, I want to put wings on you and just sort of say, it's time. I know that it's almost like coming out of your cocoon. I don't know why I'm seeing this. She was like... She was like, yeah, it felt to me like a maternal energy around you. Probably my dad. Okay. Okay, fantastic. I do want to say, I feel like just protecting your energy a little bit more. It doesn't feel dramatic to me. It doesn't feel like, it just feels to me like this is your year to kind of stop being everything to everybody. You can still be there for people, but not just, you would be able to understand what I mean. I want to say this year is a year of change for you, in you're kind of just stepping out and saying, I'm not going to be affected by everybody else. They're showing me almost like a Teflon frying pan where, like where eggs just slide off, and it's like, just don't worry about it. Just, I feel like it's your time to blossom, and I hope that helps. But I do want to say, just look after yourself, okay? And put yourself first. All my love. Okay. Let's see. I've got time for another one. Hi, Michael. Would love for you to kick my ass. Also, I hope you're great, having a good time. I hope your life's been going well. You'd love for me to kick your ass. I do. It's funny because I'm laughing as I'm saying that, but I feel like it doesn't matter what I'm going to say. I want to say that you already know what you've got to do. But I do feel like this first half of the year is going to be a little bit like, I want to say the second half of this year, I feel like you're going to kind of really, there's going to be a lot more momentum in your energy field. I feel like you're going to kind of get up and you're going to get moving, but I don't see that in the first half of this year. I do want to say, I know you, and you're so like, and I love being in your energy. I mean, I don't know you very well. I've met you a couple of times, but I do want to say you always come across really confident to me. But what I'm getting from spirit is that, that I feel like, I don't know, it's a public forum, but I just feel like maybe that's a bit of a front. I do feel like you're kind of not trusting yourself, and it's time for that to change. Okay, it's time for that to change. And again, like Mum, this year I want to say, sort of really get clear about what it is that you want to do, and just go for it regardless. Stop playing safe is what I want to say. You're destined for bigger things. So I hope you understand that, and much love to you as well. I hope that helps. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Kim. Miss you too, darling. You're very welcome. A big year for the two of you. Okay, got time for one more. Hi, Kiana. Would love a mediumship reading before you head off. Much love. Absolutely. Let's just see who's coming in for you. I do want to say straight away, I feel like there's a female in spirit who wants to step forward as she begins to yeah. Love it, Kim. I do want to say, as this female is stepping forward, I do want to say this female past before her time. There's a feeling of passing before her time. She didn't live till old age. That's the feeling I get around her. I do want to say her passing was a shock. It was not expected. That's the feeling I get around this female as well. I do want to say she's connected to you. I also want to say that for me, I want to talk about an overseas trip this year. I want to talk about an overseas trip that you'll be taking this year. I don't know whether you can validate you've already organized that or you understand what I'm talking about. I also want to talk about something to do with a connection. It sounds like your mum. She passed in November. Okay. Would you understand her not living till, into her 80s? Because this female passed before then. And I do want to say there is this feeling of wanting to say to you, and would you understand, I don't know whether you've got an overseas trip planned or whether you're going overseas, but I do want to say this has to do with a family member or some kind of family connection. I also want to say, as she's beginning to draw closer as well, I also want to say that to let you know that she hears you talking to her. Okay, she hears you talking to her. I also want to say, I don't know whether you understand that there's something that there's been talks of an interstate trip. Yes, 60, yeah, from some. Okay, yeah, that's definitely way before her time. So that makes sense around mum. I also want to say, mum showing me somebody put something in her hand, either when she was transitioning into spirit, someone was holding her hand, or after she passed. Just after she passed, somebody either holding her hand or putting something into her hand. She's just giving this to me and acknowledging this. I do want to say that she wants to let you know that she is not going to be missing out on anything. There's been conversations about, oh my gosh, mum's not going to be around to see this or experience or witness this. I want to say she's going to be seeing everything. She's not going to miss a thing. I also want to talk about a March connection. I don't know if it's birthday, anniversary of somebody else's passing, but she's bringing up March or the number 3 as validation as well. But I do want to let you know that she's around you, and and I need to say she's absolutely fine. This is really important, Mum. I need you to know that she's absolutely fine. She's absolutely fine, and all her love to you. So I hope that helps, darling. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, or joining me tonight. You are holding her hand the whole transition, and her birthday is in March. Oh, that's wonderful, Kona. Well, hopefully with those bits of evidence, that will make you, validate that mum is still exactly there, okay? And that she has survived physical death. So what a beautiful gift she was able to give to you tonight. All right. And it's so new. She only just passed, in November. So you're still, in deep grief. So take that as knowing that she's with you. But thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening, or joining me this evening. I appreciate your time, your questions, and keep your eye on Global Psychics Association page to see when they're going live next. And I wish everybody a beautiful week. Much love. Bye.